Hello everyone, Lucoshi here and welcome back to the second episode of Dierenpark Bodehof of the UCZ Project. In this episode we will be building one new little exhibit, and that's about it really, because then we simply have built exhibits for all our 5 starter animals, and we can get started on training with other zoos and maybe getting an animal from a rehab center, which is what the project is all about. So from this episode onwards, we are really starting with the collaborating part, and I am really excited for that. For the exhibit itself, it's nothing really special. We load it a little bit at the edges and then place rocks around it and some small foliage in the corners, because we didn't want to have too much happening in the exhibit, both because it was too expensive to do so and because it's not really necessary for a little porcupine exhibit. It is allowed to be a little barren, so that's what we did. And I decided that the rocks I used were a little bit stale and boring, so I changed it up with a couple of other ones. And in order to not make the exhibit really boring, I changed the ground textures a little, some temperate forest, some boreal forest, and some tropical rainforest at a place where the plants were, because that's a little bit realistic, I think. I also changed up the little elevation of the rest of the garden at the moment, the rest of the park, should I say, the rest of the area. The rest of the area. Little bumps and ditches and stuff, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But that's it for the speed build. See you on the ground, people. Okay, so we're back home from the old supermarket for some food for our animals, and we will take a look at our little zoo. Let's hope the animals are doing fine and nothing has escaped. Yeah, so let's go in here. Our little marcas and owl are still there. But people, I have something new to show you. And you can already see it. We have a new enclosure. One for our little female porcupine, who is at this moment still nameless. But we went all out for a little enclosure and it looks kind of fancy. We dug a little ditch for her and threw the sand over there and bought a lot of rocks and placed them alongside in order for her not to be able to jump out of the little enclosure and annoy our neighbors. She probably would have gone over there or somewhere. Who knows, we would have lost her. But she is fine and she's still here even after we went away, so that's a good thing. Just a little shelter thing underneath our little, what's it called, exhaust thing for the air conditioning, so it's fine over there. It's a little bit warmer as it's in between houses, so she'll be fine. And we have a nice little view from inside over a little enclosure. And we bought some little saplings and trees and stuff and bushes, and it looks nice. It looks nice. Just a nice little enclosure. And last episode I mispronounced something. Well, I said it correctly, but we changed it. I said we had a little sloth enclosure, but we do not. We have one for 2 red squirrels. And why did we change a sloth into 2 squirrels, you ask? Well, I want this zoo to start out small and grow from there, and a sloth is way too big for such a small little startup zoo. So our big animal at the moment is a little porcupine, and the rest are very standard animals. Well, I guess hyacinth are marcas, and a great grey owl are pretty spectacular, but they're still marcas and owls. And this is a little bit more zoo-ish. So that's why she has a nice little enclosure, which will probably be here for the time being, whilst these will most likely move on in the near future. And I said we had dwarf caiman, I think, or black caiman. I think I said we had black caiman, but they are in fact Cuvier dwarf caiman. So I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. I do not even know what kinds of caiman I have, but they're Cuvier dwarf caiman, which is a good thing because black caiman can get up to like 5 meters, and that would not fit in here. Well, they could fit in here. The 3 of them together, side by side, fit perfectly. But luckily they're Cuvier dwarfs, and they're small and fit in here perfectly. And you may ask why I made this out of wood instead of the nice little tropical rainforesty dirt it was before, and that's because the game works really good. And because we have a ceiling over here, it just glitched out, and every time I try to fix it, the game crashes and the save file corrupts. So that's fun. So we're going to have to live with this, and hopefully we can change it someday without ruining the entire save game, because I have like 3 backups now just to be sure. Next episode, my people, we will hopefully start trading with another UCZ zoo and get a new animal in here. And we will start fixing up the area and make it a little bit more presentable. Have a nice little bath, maybe some plants. Who knows? Some gravel. We'll see. Something to make it look nice and cozy as opposed to the little construction area it is right now. We want this to be the theming of the zoo and not this. So yeah, that's actually about it for this episode, I guess. Yeah. Nothing more to add. We have a nice little new picnic table because we had some chairs from inside, but we decided to buy this one. It's nice, it's fancy and good looking. I like it. And you have a nice little view of the 2 enclosures over here, and of the one over here, and the person over here has a nice view of them. And the person over here will probably be scared shitless because of loud noises of the birds, but hey, it's fine. And yeah, let's go inside and such. And we'll see you in the next episode, people. Thank you for watching. Check out the other UCZ members, of course, because they produce a lot more interesting zoo content than I do at the moment. And I will see you in the next episode, people. Goodbye.